Hi, this is Samuel from Forever Phoenix, and I'm with
Phil Gibson.
And we're here at RIBFest this weekend, and Phil's an artist from London. And what's your company's name?
Nature's Burnings.
And what do you do for art?
I do solar art, which I use a magnifying glass in the sun to transform art.
And as I see, because I'm standing there, and we'll have pictures up with the interview, you do a lot of Kurt Cobain, I see, Bob Marley, even The Shining with Jack Nicholson. Explain how long it takes Elvis Presley, too, I see, and Jimi Hendrix. How long does it take usually to do these pieces?
On average, normally around 4 to 6 hours, sometimes a little bit less. I'm going to be getting into a full range of smaller pieces to larger pieces, so it all depends on how big the piece is and how much detail is involved.
And how long did you get into this artwork?
I've been doing this about a year and a couple months now.
And what gave you this idea to get into this? Because it looks so complicated. Where it takes for me, I'd get frustrated after a little bit of time. I see it's a lot of work and a lot of details. What brought this idea to you?
I was just last summer making my own bracelets, trying to make a little bit of extra money, and I just a friend just. He gave me the idea to try doing wood burning with a magnifying glass, so I just went home, I searched a little bit up, and then I just started doing it, and I loved it ever since.
And has art been a big thing in your life?
Yeah, I've always been a really creative person, and I like people buying my art, and it's showing that appreciation for art is something that really touches me.
I see there's a lot of musical groups. I'm taking music's like a big influence in your life.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And I like you have the animal one. I forget what you were saying. I forget the name. But I see you're a big activist for human rights and animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a KFC tortures animals piece. I've been an activist for a long time, and I try to transform some of the art into activists' political views and stuff like that to spread a message.
Which is really great, because this is what me and Trevor are about, human rights and about animals' rights too as a whole. This is why we started this company, for a main reason. Do these articles is to show different colors in London. For art and music, do you think London has a big art and music bringing?
I think for me, one of the reasons why I'm still in London, because London's very artsy. There's lots of opportunities here. There's lots of vendors, lots of shows, and it's just a great place for art, I find.
Yeah, I totally agree, and this is what our focus is about. How did your time go at RIBFest today?
Today, I've got a lot of input on some new ideas. I got some really cool stuff in the making. I've got a lot of interest. People are really interested in my work. They really appreciate what I'm trying to do because it's environmentally friendly. I use the sun, and they really appreciate something like that.
So you're not using a lot of toxics or anything like that. It's all environment. It's all healthy for this world, and it's a big thing. It's a important thing right now, especially in 2015, with all the chemicals that are being put in our ozone layer and are in our waters. You're really activist of making sure nature is not damaged with the work you do.
Yeah, I use no pressure treated wood. It's all organic wood, and I try to transform that. I believe that the smoke is actually good for the environment as well. It's kind of like when a forest fire is catching on fire. A lot of that is really good to help preserve the actual whole forest as well. So.
And if anybody wants to buy your artwork, where can they find you?
Yeah, you could check me out on Facebook, Nature's Burnings on Facebook. I have an email account, naturesburnings@hotmail.com, as well as I have a Twitter account, Nature's Burnings.
And how much does your pieces usually go for, so that people can know?
So roughly I'm going to be starting some smaller pieces, so from $20 to $200. I'll have some bigger projects later on. I'm going to get into making functional art where I build my own coffee tables and end tables and then burn some designs onto them to make some really nice functional pieces of art.
So people can find all your artwork on your Facebook page, your Twitter page, and they can email you for specific art if they can ask if you have it or you could do it, right?
Yes, I can do custom orders. I could do portraits as well if someone's passed away or a friend's passed away, or you want to do one of your father or for someone in your family. As long as I get a really quality photo, I can most times do a self-portrait of someone.
And it's as I see, you have a lot of people coming by, checking your artwork out, and it's a cheap price, and it's also a good artwork. People, please check him out on Facebook. It's really great artwork. It looks realistically, like I'm looking at Elvis Presley, Kurt Cobain. That's my favorite one right there because it actually looks like Kurt Cobain. And big deal, Bob Marley too. Bob Marley is an amazing piece. And Marilyn Monroe, I see, and you said that one's already bought. So you're doing really well. Do you have any last words for the people?
Yeah, just if anybody's interested, I'm even willing to teach people how to do this. It's not just a selfish project for me. I'd like to spread out. I find it really makes me feel connected to the universe and nature by doing all this stuff. So if anybody has any questions, just contact me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you're open to helping people and build the environment and also art. That's a big thing. London is a big artistic city, and a lot of people are getting into it. If there was somebody getting new into this or new into the art community or the music community, would you have any advice for them?
I just search things up. YouTube's always a great aspect. There is a lot of help in the community to help you. There's a lot of really great help in London by going through vendors and checking people out, and yeah.
And is there any art community that you know of that's a big support in London that you could recommend?
I know there's the Black Flag Anarchist Free School, and not too much, no.
Well, there you go. Thank you again, Phil, for taking us last interview today. Again, if you want to give the details again.
All right, so you could contact me at Nature's Burnings on Facebook, as well as Instagram, Nature's Burning on there, and my email account is naturesburnings@hotmail.com.
Thank you again, Phil.
Thank you.